nā Manapua, Ngāti Paua, ka tuku nā kua ngaru. I te tūtahi he mihiki nei ki a kua tainei i ko tainga mai ki konei ki te tautoko kaupapa. I just want to talk quickly before we have karakia so that you understand Ngāti Paua here on Waikiki Island. So, and just also acknowledging Whenua o Miha. So, when the waka first arrived in Tāmaki, we had the Te Arawa waka and we had the Tainui waka, and they both came at the same time. But the Te Arawa waka came into the bay here, into Te Tūtiki. So what happens when our waka come in and the chiefs, you know, there are a lot of chiefs on the waka, not just one. So the name of the maunga here is Te Tūtiki o Kahu. So Kahu is short for Kahumata Momoi, who was the chief, one of the chiefs on board the Te Arawa waka. So Ngāti Paua descend from the Te Arawa waka, and we also descend from the Tainui waka. So although Te Arawa came in here, Tainui was here as well. The two wakas were together. So there's a whole history, and you know, we're fortunate to have one like Tainui here, who is looks after the Whare Taonga, the museum in Howard, but also the whare, the marae over there. So she's got so much knowledge. We're really blessed to have her today. And ngā mihi hoki kia pū now, and Simon, for inviting us. But I think it's only here that we say karakia just to give te whakawātia te whenua. So wātia, te whakawātia is to lift the tapu of, you know, what has gone on before, and then now, you know, we just want to make sure that the whenua is blessed or cleansed. So yeah, maybe by time you might want to say something quickly before we get karakia. Whakawātea tēnei wāhia tāna ki te tō tātou motu o waihe. Te whāmotu ngā tātou tāua waka, whakaraka o Tainui, ngā mihi kia kōrero. Thank you, Lorna. I'd like to begin our whakawātea with the karanga. Lorna's tribe and my tribe are brothers. My tribe is Ngāti Mahuta, from the Waikato right through from here, Tāmaki Makaurau, Waikato, through the Hauauru, which is the west coast Tāwhia, where the waka landed on my grandfather's land. And from 1967, I started looking after the Garden of Memories in Hawaii that belonged to Amelia Maud Nixon. And she died in 1962 at the age of 90. And the place was let for 10 years. They were going to close the place down in 1983 until, and then from there I asked the councillor, Vic Longsdale, what are they going to do with it? And he said, I'll put all the poems back into the Howard Library. I said, no, we should give it back to the next generation. So we have 16,000 coming through the garden each year, and of course the history for it. But because we understand the history of the waka o Tainui, and all part of the whole time of the Mahaura, right through to Tāwhia, all the stories of the waka o Tainui.
E whānaki ako e tonga mātua tūpuna tua tāra ke te atua ke te matua tama ke te wairua tapu pai mārere. Āmene.
E honore i kuri ki atua e mai ngā mai ki whakānu pai ki ngā tautau. Amaia i ki atua i ngā tautau ki ngā tukina ki ngā umai. O tatou mi e tō wairua tatu e āpina hei tohi tohi a mātai. Hei āpina buki i ngā tangata i te hapuri o tēnei wāhi o Omiha. Masia ina ina tangata ina tamariki ina pai mai ki ngā i te paikuku te kaupapa kia kui kia kua ki te tani me simuti ngā nāne ngā kako āki āki āki.
Thank you so much, ladies. It is wonderful, absolutely wonderful, as the new owners standing here have such a wonderful opening to this hui, and to really feel that this is something new. And this poor old little piece of land here that stood here for such a long time can all of a sudden get some new birth, some new life birthed into it. Okay, so, well, who are we? You might be wondering. So, let me introduce myself, and then I will ask Simon to introduce himself. So, I'm Mel. Hello, up there. Hello, everybody. Mel Russell, that's me. This is my daughter, Summer, over here. And my mum, Jenny, up here waving around, and my dad somewhere, rather. And my sister Tracy. Oh, because I always leave. But who else leaves the most important thing to last? Anyone else? Yeah. Anyway, so I live over in Sunny Hills with Simon at the moment. That's where we are, but I come from a long line of Waihikians. I think, Mum, were you like the 3rd or 4th generation born on the island?
4.
4. So there you go. So that makes me number 5 and Samahia number 6. So we're from the hooks of Surfdale and down the bottom end. So we're newcomers to Rocky Bay actually, but very pleased to be coming back to the roots on my mum's side of the family. And you know, when I have lots of memories coming to Waiheke as a kid, coming to see Nana and Surfdale. My papa George, he was the one who flicked people onto the Surfdale ferry over there, and we'd come over on the old Baruna, taking far too long, and Nana would pick her up in her little Mazda 808 and take us to her place in Surfdale, where she would make us hooky pokey biscuits and give us sherry over the 6 o'clock news to get us to go to sleep. Anyway, and so then we were looking for places to buy on Waiheke, and of course we looked at, on the north side, we looked at Palm Beach and we looked at Oniroa, and then we saw this place. And honestly, Simon and I decided, well, we decided on the ferry on the way home that we were going to buy it, and that was it, it was done. With very little due diligence, which is either very courageous or extremely silly. And so we have started the process of doing this, which is pretty exciting. So I'm going to get Simon to say a few words, and then we're going to tell you a little bit about what we're planning and why we're gathered here today.
Hello, I'm Simon. Here's my son Zach sitting at the back there.
Go, Zach.
I probably have more of the building kind of background rather than the speaking. So please excuse me. My background is many years ago I worked in demolition for about 7 years. So I pulled down a lot of buildings like this. This is the first to put one back. So moving on, I've been through the packaging industry, and in the last wee while I've been fortunate enough to actually do more of my woodworking and some kind of a self-employed upcycler woodworker, so which I'm really enjoying. So that's probably about me. I'm going to hand it back to Mel. She's much better at this stuff. I'll stick to the clearing.
Yeah, Simon and I make quite the team, don't we, darling? Yeah. As you can see, we've only owned this place for about, 8 weeks or something, and we're making quick work of it. Anyway, so why are we here today? So I know that everyone is keen. Everyone says, well, what are you doing? What are you doing? What's the plan? Are you going to build it back? What's the plan? What's the plan? What are you doing? So, well, of course, as you can imagine, anyone who's built on the island, you know, we've got the council, the wastewater engineers, the stormwater engineers, the geotechnical engineers, we've got all of that to come. But basically, our vision is to build back a commercial hub at the front here of the section, and to build ourselves a house up there at the back of the section. More or less, it's like the very basic brief that we're trying to achieve. But what is this thing going to be, and what does the community need, and what does the community want? Because this is the only commercially zoned land, as far as I'm aware, in Rocky Bay. So this is our opportunity to build something that's going to be meaningful for the community. Now, Simon and I, we're not shopkeepers, we're not going to run this thing, but we will build something and then we'll lease it to someone who can run it, or run it or run them if there's more than one thing. So we wanted to find out from the community, what do you think would be good here? Do we want a shop? Do we want a cafe? Do we want, as one wonderful woman suggested, a chocolatier, and making chocolates and pairing them with the local Waiheke wines? Let's vote that one up, shall we? So we are really interested to hear from the community because Simon and I are going to be meeting with the architects in sort of February, March, and we're trying to firm up what on earth this thing is going to be.
I said, what about
I mean, of course we have to pay for it as well, so the budget's going to come into it, and the council needs to approve it, etc., etc. However, you, the people of Rocky Bay, you get the first voice, and hence we're having the Hui today. Okay. So, what I was thinking, this is what I was thinking of doing, people. We're going to have a few stations because I thought we could get up and move around. So we've got 4 stations essentially. One is for needs. What does this community need? The second one is ideas and wants. What would you want? What good ideas have you got? The third one is what obstacles do you think we might come up against? So how can you help us in making this thing come alive by giving us a bit of a heads up about obstacles? And the fourth one is just memories. What memories do you have that you would like to add? Is that Joan Kirk there? I say, hello Joan, how are you? So, oh, I've got my first question. Yes.
Are we able to write down what we don't want?
Yes, sure. Yep. You can write down on the want. You can put a little bit. Don't want.
I'm just stupid, but I put the golden
Any other questions?
No. I don't think we want that.
No. The store currently for the facade has a B classification. Is that something that you're prepared to honour, or should we all vote against, like what the hell?
It's our intention to honour the heritage of the building. Yep. So you're right. The facade, basically the outside and the roof pitch. Yeah. The veranda-y thing. Yeah, that's right.
Which is
What we've done is we've engaged with Salmon Reed Architects in Parnell, so they're heritage architects. They're used to dealing with things like this, so they're going to help us. But yes, we're aware of the heritage listing, and to be honest, the fact that it's a heritage building, we just love that. We're all into that stuff. Any other questions?
I just would like to make a comment. Basically, I believe whatever you do here, unless it's a 30-story skyscraper thing, whatever you do here, I think good on you to involving everybody and change this eyesore to something better, which I think it's quite easy to make it better, but I believe you guys are going to make it really amazing, and already the involvement you show us. So thank you very much from my side.
And thank you to a wonderful community. I mean, Simon and I have only been here for a couple of weeks, but we already feel definitely part of the community, which is awesome. Any other questions?
One question. After you've gathered all this sort of information up, what do you think you'll do with it?
Okay, the question was, after we've gathered the information up, what are we going to do with it? Good question. So, well, first of all, you're probably very interested to see what people say. So we will publish the results of this on our website, www.rockybaystore.co.nz. Then what Simon and I are going to do is we're going to put it into our brains and figure out what we can do. So we've got, we want to have a house up the back with the views. We do have a budget which we need to, stick within. But we'll be saying, what does the community want, and how does that fit into what we're doing, so that when we go and see the architect, we've got an idea of what to do. Because you guys, there's no point us building a shop if no one's going to come to it. So we need to know, well, what kind of thing would you guys like? So that therefore you can come down with your wallets open and help whoever we lease the shop to make a profit off the shop. Because that's the thing, we want this shop to, you know, we're not building it just for shits and giggles. You know, we want it to be around for another 100 years. And so, you know, it has to serve the community, or it won't work.
Practical question.
Yes.
Other than the land that is going to be taken up by whatever commercially proposed in your house, what do you intend doing with the remainder of the property?
Oh, that's a very good question. The question is, apart from what we're going to do here and with the house, what are we going to do with the rest of the land? Well,
Keep it rat free.
yes, we've already got some rat traps on here. Don't worry about that. We've got 3, 5 and 7, and 7 is beautiful. There's a lovely punga grove in there. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll put a picnic table there. I love birds and I love the bush, so we'll definitely be planting some birds out. Some birds. We won't plant the birds, we'll plant the bush. Hope that the birds come. No, but we're not planning on doing any other development really. I mean, we might put a garage on for Simon because he likes woodworking. But no, we're not planning a big apartment block or something.
You're keeping the lemon tree?
Oh, the lemon tree. They don't. I've got
Franz and Maria always gave us lemons if we needed them.
Oh my God, what's this Hui turning into? You're having to pinch my lemons. Yes, look, when are lemons ripe?
Anytime you
Winter,
need
okay.
them.
Alright, okay, yeah. We'll talk lemons. We'll talk lemons in winter. And the plums. The plums have recently gone into plum sauce. Any other questions? I know it's very hot, so there's drinks here and the kids will be bringing ice blocks around as well. Okay? Alrighty.
So can you just run through the categories again, the 4
Yes. There is, what does the community need? What ideas do you have? What obstacles do you think we might face? And on the back of the whiteboard here, what memories do you have? Okay? But if you're unsure, just come and find Simon and I. Or make up your own category. They're pretty easy. Okay, alrighty.